Tonight on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, we're going to go through what's been happening with Ricochet. Vince McMahon has given up on Ricochet the same way he gave up on Cedric Alexander, and now there's word that he's going to give up on Shayna Baszler. This and much more on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Welcome once again to the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, guys. And once again, I want to thank those who have subscribed to my channel and actually hit the notification button, gave me my likes and all that. But tonight we're going to be talking about Ricochet. The word that came around this week was that Vince McMahon had given up on Ricochet. And me personally, this is nothing new when it comes to McMahon. Vince McMahon has given up on a lot of people, including Cedric Alexander. Now there's word that he may be giving up on Shayna Baszler for the fan reaction that happened on Monday night when she fought Kairi Sane. Let's put it this way. Let's start off with Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander debuted in WWE in 2016. He was part of the Cruiserweight Classic, and after the match with him and Kota Ibushi, there was a standing ovation once that match happened. I think he lost the semifinals, am I correct? Cedric Alexander was a big prospect in Ring of Honor back in 2014, 2015, and he was teaming up with Caprice Coleman. They were known as the CNC Factory back in 2012, 2011, but he went on his own back in 2014. Apparently, WWE liked what they saw. This is way before the thought about AEW, the thought about another promotion coming into play. So WWE was just taking people. They figured, oh, we're going to take that guy, we're going to take that guy, because NXT was around at that time. So they brought in Cedric Alexander, but they didn't bring him for NXT. They brought him in for the Cruiserweight Classic. And he pretty much, once that Cruiserweight Classic was done, whatever, you really didn't see much of it. They brought him in Raw. He wrestled a couple of matches in Raw. He got a title match for the, I believe, for the Cruiserweight belt. Didn't get much to it, and it wasn't until WrestleMania, I believe, was the kickoff show, I think 34, 35, where he actually won the Cruiserweight belt. And the kickoff show, and I think it was Dan Gulak he beat for that belt. And Cedric Alexander, since that time and since 205 is no longer around, he hasn't been seen. He came out sometime, I believe it was this year or the ending of last year. He was feuding with AJ Styles, and they had him in a match with AJ Styles, and he was in the main event at one point. I think he was with Seth Rollins, if I'm correct. Then all of a sudden he disappeared. Word was going around that Cedric Alexander was buried by McMahon. McMahon did not want to deal with him. So now we go and deal with Ricochet. Now Ricochet, and I don't care what anybody says, and those who does not follow any wrestler outside of the WWE, Ricochet was magic. This guy's been magic for years. This guy is a great high flyer. He did everything. He was in Lucha Underground, known as Puma. I think Puma King. Prince Puma. I'm sorry, Prince Puma. And I think he was known as Puma King somewhere else too also. So the bottom line is, here it goes again. You have Ricochet, and at that time he was in Lucha Underground. He was wrestling in New Japan, and he was the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors in New Japan, which, in case you guys don't know and who don't follow who don't follow outside of WWE, okay, this guy did everything in Japan, okay? And anybody who does anything in Japan, it hones their skills over there before they come to WWE, and WWE say, no, you can't do this because, you got to do it the WWE way, which the WWE way pretty much is, let me just kill a couple of your moves and then give you what we want. So you can't do the stuff you was doing in Japan. You can't do it. So when they brought him in, he went to NXT. And when they brought him in NXT, and before he came to NXT, I'm going to read you his resume. This guy, before he came to WWE, he was a 3-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. 2 times with Matt Sydal and was with Taguchi. Okay. Then he was a 3-time never open weight 6-man tag. Okay. All right. Many of you may say those belts don't mean nothing. Well, the same can be said about the WWE belts. But these belts are prestigious in Japan. Okay. He was also, then when he came, he was also, before he came, he was the winner of the best of the Super Juniors. Okay, the best of the Super Juniors in Japan is not something that you go and wrestle and it's nothing. The best of the Super Junior is a prestige tournament for almost a month in New Japan with the best of the Super Juniors in the world, not just Japan. We're talking about CMML, Ring of Honor, Red Pro. I mean, some of the best Super Juniors are now superstars outside of WWE. Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay, who else? The headbanger from Bullet Club. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Ishimori. Okay. Dragon Lee. I could keep on all day and talk about all these Super Juniors out there. And Phantasmo. That's what I'm talking about. The headbanger. And Phantasmo from Bullet Club. I could go all day, okay, and tell you all these good cruiserweights or junior heavyweights that wrestle in Japan, and Ricochet happened to be one of them, okay. And for McMahon just to come out of nowhere and be like, I don't like high flyers. Well, how is it that he went to NXT right off Japan and had some sensational matches with Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole? The Adam Cole match, the first time they met, it was just a ridiculous match. I mean, it was crazy. And we're talking about the guy right now who's hot, and that's Adam Cole, who's the NXT champion right now. He beat Adam Cole for the North American title. Okay? Even though he ended up losing it, but he won the NXT title. Ever since he came up the roster I think he came up to the roster last January. And he was teaming up with Aleister Black. They were the winners of the Dusty Road Classic. And this is the time when McMahon was paranoid because now AEW was around. So now let's bring up all these NXT guys. And that's where, not Gargano, oh my God, I forgot his name. Gargano's partner got hurt. Ciampa. He got hurt because at the same time they brought Ricochet up. And everything was great. Ricochet came out. And then a couple of months later, now he had the good lights and all that. And then he was dressed like a damn superhero. Looked like Nightwave or whatever the hell the name was. It Night Angel from the comic books. So not only McMahon started taking stuff away from him, but then now he started making him look like a superhero. Okay, it was just taking away a lot of his stuff that he had, and the fact that they just decided that okay, we're just gonna put him in matches. He was getting squats. He was getting beat all the time. Then he wins the United States title, and I don't remember who he beat. I think he beat Andrade. No, he wasn't Andrade. He didn't lose. He beat Andrade, but he beat somebody for the United States title, only to lose it 21 days. 21 days, 3 weeks with the U.S. title, and I got people on the damn internet and Twitter talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't care what you think, because the bottom line is, how is the damn reign for the United States title just lasted him, a guy with all these wrestling skills, okay, to be squashed, as far as giving him a title only lasted for 3 weeks. It's ridiculous. I think he ended up losing to Andrade, if I'm correct. It's just dumb stuff. And I don't understand. If McMahon don't like high flyer, why are you signing these guys? And you signed the guy way before AEW was around. Way before AEW was around. You just signed this guy. You throw him out there. The people don't like him. People don't get a reaction. But then again, McMahon is out of touch. This man is out of touch. Because the latest now news coming in is that he doesn't like Shayna Baszler either. He didn't like the reaction they got on Monday night between Shayna and Kairi Sane, whatever her name is, that one half of the Women's Tag Team Championship. Well, if you really think about it, you can't blame the wrestler. You got to blame the fans, who you had. The show wasn't great. Your product is garbage. And to top it off, you got Becky Lynch coming out looking like she's just stole a damn coat from a homeless person outside Atlantic Avenue, outside Barclays Center, looking foolish. What that tells you, okay? The part you don't get is maybe it's not the maybe it's not the wrestlers' fault. It's the fans who may not be liking what you're putting in there. And that's the thing that I don't understand. And now you don't like Shayna Baszler. What do you like? Oh, I forgot. You like Roman Reigns. You like Seth Rollins. You like the same book. Who else? He's real big on Brock Lesnar. Look, you keep pushing the same people. You keep bringing the same nostalgia, old crap that you've been bringing. You're still living up the Attitude Era. I don't care. And right now, I don't understand why if you're going to sign wrestlers, then don't sign high flyers. If you're going to bury them, you bury them. You know what I'm saying? Like Ricochet. And I'm going to end it like this. Ricochet got definitely buried. I have a friend of mine on Turnbuckle Tabloid who put on Tuesday, on Monday, I don't remember, he put something in his Facebook group where he said maybe Ricochet will be the next guy who's going to wrestle once Brock loses the belt to Drew McIntyre. Ricochet is going to be the next one who's going to be next in line. Let's be realistic. First of all, Ricochet got squashed by Brock Lesnar in a minute, and you think he's the next guy for the title? I gotta disagree. He's not next. You saw he got buried. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that it's not a good idea, because it is a good idea. They should give him more titles. He should have got more title shots than this, but they have been doing nothing but just been using him in mid cards. Getting squashed, getting beat up, like a yo-yo. And he's not the same Ricochet that I saw when he fought Kota Ibushi and the Best of Super Junior. Okay, that is a different Ricochet. And if you don't believe me, go to YouTube and check Ricochet versus Kota Ibushi Best of the Super Juniors 2014, and you see what Ricochet is made about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't agree with my boy Jay when he said he should be up there and wrestle, but they're not gonna give it to him. We all know that. And Drew McIntyre's next challenge is going to be Jinder Mahal. You guys don't believe me? Check his damn Twitter. Check Jinder Mahal's Twitter. Okay? He's going to be the next one. The fact that also that Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy just lost the tag team title, Seth is also might be the next guy, if it's not Jinder Mahal. Okay? But meanwhile, guys like Ricochet, guys like Cedric Alexander are left behind. It's like they don't care about these wrestlers. So why you sign them then? Why you sign them if you're not going to use them? You're not going to use them to the best of the ability. You know what I'm saying? He should go back to New Japan. Somebody just posted a headstone that says, "Here lies Ricochet, 1988 to 2020. He should have been better off in New Japan. He should have been better off in New Japan. He would have been making more money in New Japan." This is another thing that a lot of these fans don't understand. Oh, WWE makes a lot of money. So what? It makes some money. Of course, it makes money because there's a lot of advertising. They don't care about you guys. They don't. They don't care. Look at the garbage they keep putting every week. Okay? They keep putting the garbage every week. I got my grandson who wants to go see the Road to WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden, and I'm very hesitant in taking him. Because it's not what's going to... He may enjoy it because he's a little kid, but me, I'm not going to enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste money on WWE. Why? They're not treating the wrestlers right. You're not giving them creative, how you call it? Control of the characters. This is why Jon Moxley left. And a lot of you guys don't want to understand that. And this is the reason why Jon Moxley left. There was no creative. Who wants to take orders from a writer who doesn't know crap about wrestling? Nothing about wrestling. Who's just been doing soap opera. Nobody talks away the crap they talk about on when you see on WWE Raw. Nobody talk like that. That's stupid. But it's a shame. It's a shame that Cedric Alexander has been buried. I haven't seen that guy at all. And the crazy part is that kills me is some of these wrestlers sign 5-year deals, like Shelton Benjamin signed a 5-year deal, and now, for what? You're not getting pushed. Well, you don't care. He's a 40-year-old guy. He's going to make his money, but he's not going to be used. And this is real sad because guys like Ricochet, guys like Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, where is he? Nobody knows where the hell he at. This is ridiculous, and the balls of some of these fans who actually rush and try to attack me and tell me, "Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about." You don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna tell me I'm not a real wrestling fan because I don't like what WWE is doing. That's the reason why I'm a real wrestling fan, because I know what WWE is doing is garbage, and the majority of people agree with me. And I'm not gonna hear to sugarcoat nothing at all. This is the way it's gonna be. I'm not sugarcoating anything. If this is garbage, it's garbage. What they doing to Ricochet, the worst part, and this is how we know Ricochet is buried. And then anybody, I swear, if anybody just disagree with me, go check your head, because how is it that the Ricochet lose to a guy, to a Riddick Moss, the 24/7 champion, a worthless title, to a guy who's been 4 years in NXT just training to be a wrestler? How you get an international wrestler like Ricochet, who's been all over the world, Mexico, Japan, England, everywhere, to lose to a nobody? And you're going to tell me he's not buried? Think again. Anyway, I got tired of ranting here, but again, something you guys got to look at this, because this is ridiculous. They need to do better than this for Ricochet. If you're not going to use the sum to back to NXT, he'll do better. Triple H knows what to do with that. And I know that any Triple H guy gets buried in the main roster. And this is why I say after WrestleMania, I'm going to laugh, because after WrestleMania, what are they going to do? They have an Elimination Chamber that's coming up, I think, this Sunday. For what? Listen, I'm not even going to watch WrestleMania. For the second year in a row, I'm not wasting my time on that. I'm not. I'm really not. It's just, there's other better stuff to watch, other stuff to look forward to, which I'm looking forward to. Supercar of Honor. I'm looking for the New Japan Wrestling to start all over again. And I miss New Japan. So AEW is doing great with their shows. They just killed it with Revolution. So I could rant forever here, but some of you may not get the picture. You may not. Your guys gonna be, oh my, he's making money. It's not about money. It's about being creative in your craft. And if you're not getting that chance because an old man is out of touch, who owns a company, who still thinks this is the Attitude Era, there's a problem. And I am still going to call it out there. Some of you WWE fans who work hard for the cast to take your kids or take yourself as a wrestling fan to these events, and then now the new thing is they advertise wrestlers to be there and they don't show up, or they hurt, or advertise a match and the match doesn't happen. There's got to be some boycott. I'm telling you right now, boycott WWE. I'm boycotting WWE big time. Now, you're wondering how the hell I know about all the stuff that's happened on Monday. I see clips here and there. I'm not staying down to watch a 3-hour show. It's not happening. So, with that, guys, that's it for me today. It's a very short, simple show, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, if you like what you hear, hit me up in my comments. Let me know what you think. If you like it, hit me a thumbs up. It will help the channel greatly. Also, you guys want to hear more stuff on my Chokeland Wrestling Report, I have an audio podcast on Anchor. It's also available on Apple, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Bullhorn, any podcast that you like guys listening to. So check it out. Give me a thumbs up if you like this again. If not, I'll take criticism, but I'm coming back. So with that, guys, I want to thank you for listening to the Chokeland Wrestling Report. Again, I hope that they take Ricochet and send them to NXT. With that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show and hope to see you soon. Until then, I'll see you guys next week.